Hi guys, welcome back.
For today's practice, we are going to be doing a hybrid workout. So if you fancy doing the more relaxing, restful, reclined poses, but you also want to do a little bit of strengthening and turning, but you don't want to stand up, then today's session is for you. Thank you for joining. Remember to like, subscribe, tell me how you get on, and then we'll get started. You can take any options you want. Just because I offer them doesn't mean you have to take it. And remember, this is for practice. Feel free to pause the video whenever you want and then press play when you're ready to join back in. Perfect, so let's get started into our child's pose. So we want to have the big toes together, knees wide apart, sitting back on our heels, and we're going to stretch our arms out forwards. Reaching into your fingertips, stretching along the arms. Relaxing your head down if you can, feeling the stretch along the back, stretching into your hips, your knees and your ankles. We're going to be here for a few breaths, so if it's not comfortable, then just lift yourself up into your rabbit pose instead, resting your head down onto your hands. We want to work with our bodies, not against them. So when we're here, hopefully our head is resting down. We're going to focus on the breath, so deepening the inhale. A slight pause at the top before lengthening the exhale. Inhaling energy for today's practice. And exhaling any fatigue, any tension from your body. Just following the flow of your breath as it moves in and out of your body. Allowing your body to rest further into your child's pose with each passing breath. From here, let's lift up into our downward dog. So our arms are already stretched away. We're going to curl our toes under, lift our hips up high, feet are hip distance apart as we lengthen up through the arms, through the spine, tilting your sit bones up towards the sky, and maybe trying to bring your heels down on your exhale. We want to relax through our head, through our neck, so you're either looking towards your ankles or towards your knees. If you're not quite yet warmed up through your hamstrings, you're a bit tight, you're doing it early in the morning, then keep a slight bend in your knees. Allow the stretch to be through your spine. Whatever is best for you. And we can stay still, or we can bring some movement into our legs. So pedaling out through your heels if that feels good for you. As fast or as slow as you prefer. And if you want to take movement into the upper body as well, we can also twist out through your shoulders. Coming to rest back down in your child's pose, big toes together, knees wide apart, sitting back on your heels and stretching your arms forwards. From here, we're adding on to our child's pose. So keep your right arm where it is. With our left hand, we're just going to feed it underneath the right. We're trying to bring the left shoulder, the left ear down to the ground, stretching out through the shoulders and into your upper back. Holding here, still breathing. You can close your eyes and rest into this position. For our last few breaths here, you can stay exactly how you are, or we can bring our top hand, the arm is stretched away. Your right hand, we can bring the hand to our back, drawing your elbow up to the sky and twisting around, pulling your top shoulder back as your elbow comes around. Just getting a little bit of a spinal twist at the same time. Easing out, coming back to our middle child's pose, how we started. So stretching out with both arms. And then we're going to do exactly the same but on the other side. So this time the right arm wants to feed underneath the left. We're going to bring the right shoulder, the right ear down to the ground. Still stretching the left hand directly forwards, directly away. For the last few breaths, if you have not added option, our top hand, the left hand this time, is just going to come towards our back. We're drawing the elbow, the shoulder back, twisting around through the spine. So if you want to, when you're here, your left hand might be able to reach around and grab the right inner thigh, drawing your elbow back, drawing the shoulder back. And releasing back to center, back to our middle child's pose. And then we're just going to make our way up into our tabletop position. So our wrists are underneath the shoulders, the knees are underneath our hips. We're just going to circle through some cat and cows, bringing some mobility into our spine. So we're lifting up the chin, lifting up the chest, lifting up the tailbone. And then bringing the chin towards the chest, tucking the tailbone under, rounding out through your spine. We inhale, looking up to the sky. And exhale, rounding out through your back. Connecting your breath to the movement. Opening up through the chest, mobilizing your back. Coming back to neutral spine. So we're going to take this move and we're just going to make it a little bit bigger. So we're going to start pushing back into our child's pose, stretching out through the arms. Then we are rounding out through our back. We're going to drop our hips down low and try and bring our chest through our arms, relaxing your shoulders away from your ears, curving through your body. And then sticking your bum back in the sky as we push back into our child's pose. And again, so rounding out through our back as we transition through the middle. Dropping the hips low, lifting up the chest, lifting up the chin. And pushing back into child's pose. Just circling around from one to the other. Also working through the wrists as well now. Any difficulties with this move, then just make your range of movement slightly smaller. And if that's still not good, stick with your cat and cows. That is fine. Last time through, there's no need to rush, don't worry. And coming back into your tabletop position. Resetting your body so you're pretty secure. So from here we're going to work through our shoulders. So all we're going to do, we want to keep the chest square, the shoulders square, the hips square. All we're going to do is extend our right hand directly forwards. So as we do that, the palm is facing towards the left side. We want the arm to be as high up in line with our ear, in line with our body as much as we can. And then all we're going to do is circle around with the arm. And as we do this, the palm is twisting and circling as well. And then the hand ends up down by your sides, pointing away, and the palm is pointing up towards the sky. And then we're coming back the way we came, so circling out through the shoulder, twisting through the palm, and extending forward, circling around. We're trying our best to keep the arm in line with our body, in line with the head, to work more range of movement through the shoulders. But again, work with your body, not against it. Our chest is staying square towards the ground to make this move even harder for yourself. We are still breathing. Let's do one last time around. And coming back to center. Shuffling around, making yourself comfortable, maybe shaking out with your shoulders. We've got two arms, so we've got one more side to do. So this time the left arm is reaching forwards, the palm is facing to the right side. We're going to circle around with the arms, circling around with the palm. And then the arm ends up down by your side, the palm is pointing up towards the sky. And then we're coming back the way we came, circling around, reaching forwards. Still breathing, still squaring the shoulders down, still twisting through your palm. Still trying to keep the arm back in line with the body. Let's do one last time around. Coming back to center. Shaking out through the shoulders. Let's stretch out with one last downward dog here. So curling our toes under, walking the hands further away from the body. Lifting our hips up high. Feet hip distance apart, lengthening out through your spine. Tilting the sit bones up to the sky. Relaxing your head, relaxing the neck. and then resting back down. But this time we're going to rest in our prone position, so that is laying on our bellies. So laying yourself down, we're just going to take a moment to rest. So stacking your hands one on top of the other and rest your head down. Relaxing the body, relaxing through the back, through the shoulders. And from here we're going to come into some back strengthening work. So when we're doing this, make sure you are engaging your molar bandha at all times. That is your root muscles. It's going to protect you, it's going to make you stronger. So with our fingertips, we're going to steeple them out towards the sides, and we're on our fingertips so we don't put too much pressure or weight through the hands. We want the work to stay in the back. So they're out as wide as our fingertips, but about just in front of the shoulders. So out wide, but just in front. Engaging your molar bandha, keeping your neck long. All we're going to do is gently lift up, lifting up the head, lifting up the chest, and then lowering ourselves back down. And again, so firming through our molar bandha while lifting up high. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears and lowering yourself back down. So when we lift up, if you just test yourself and take away your hands as you lift, then that is how high you should be lifting. The arms are just there for security. We don't want the work to be through our arms, we've already worked our arms. We want the work to be in the back. One last time here. There's no need to rush through though, do not worry. Resting down, stacking your hands one on top of the other. Resting the head, letting go through your back. So we're going to take that move and we're just going to add a little bit extra onto it, that is all. So we're starting off the same. We've got our foundation move, the steepled fingers out to the side, just in front, so about just in front of the shoulders. Engaging our molar bandha, our root muscles, we're going to lift our chest off the ground just like last time. This time we're keeping up and we're just going to lift up the legs, pointing out through the toes, lowering the legs back down to the ground, and then lowering the chest back down. So we lift the chest up, keeping the chest lifted, lifting the legs up, allowing your legs to be apart, lowering the legs back down, then lowering the chest. So keep flowing through, but as you're doing this move, I really want you to point out through the toes, engaging all the muscles in the legs. We want the entire leg to lift, not just the lower part of the legs. We are trying to get the knees off the mat, but keeping our legs straight, because the longer the lever is, the harder the move will be. You're welcome. And right now I can hear you saying, Kiara, I love this move. But let's add on to this. Okay guys, so we're lifting up the chest, we're lifting up the legs, and then we're going to bring a little heel tap in the center, taking our legs apart, lowering the legs back down, and then lowering down with the chest. So lifting up the chest, lifting up the legs, bringing our little heel tap, separating the legs, lowering the legs back down, then lowering the chest. A couple more times, still breathing, still putting very little pressure through your hands, still engaging your mula bandha, still pointing through the toes, still having fun. One last time here. Strong work, guys. Releasing, lowering back down. From here we are going to rest, but I want you to roll straight over onto your back. We're going to ease out our back now, so hug your knees in towards your chest, wrap your arms around your knees, hug your knees down. Just have a little roll around, easing out the back, giving your back a massage against the mat. And holding your knees still in the middle. So from here, just keep hold of your left leg. We're going to release the right leg back down to the mat. We're hugging the knee in close to the chest. And on your exhale, lifting up nose towards knee, rounding out through the back. Releasing the head back down, releasing your leg. Drawing in the right leg. Wrapping your arms around the knee, hugging the knee down. And on your exhale, lifting up nose towards knee. Releasing the head, releasing the leg. Drawing your left leg back in, hugging the knee down. This time our right leg, we're going to extend it away, flexing into the foot, hugging the knee down. So our right foot is if we are pushing it against the wall. The leg is straight. The heel is staying flexed. And on your exhale, we're lifting up nose towards knee. Really trying to touch your nose to the knee. You can give it a kiss if you want to. Releasing the head back down, releasing the leg. Drawing your right leg in. Wrapping your arms around the knee, hugging the knee down, extending away with your left, flexing into the foot, hugging the knee down. And on your exhale, lifting up nose towards knee. Releasing the head, releasing the leg, drawing your leg in. So from here, we are going to work our abdominal muscles. So your arms can be out by your sides, palms facing up, palms facing down. You can grip onto the mat if you want to, or we can bring our hands into a triangle underneath the tailbone. As long as we're drawing our belly button in towards our spine, staying strong through the core, we want to avoid getting around through the back. We shouldn't be able to reach under. So, when we're ready, belly button drawn in. Hands can be here, hands can be here. It's up to you. We're going to extend away with our left leg first. We're flexing into the left foot, keeping the leg straight, keeping the leg active. Belly button is drawn in. And then from here, all we're going to do is lift our leg up to 30 degrees. And holding. Still keeping the leg straight. We're going to lift our leg up to 60. Still drawing your belly button in. Lifting your leg up to 90, still flexing through the foot. And then as slow as you can go, as smooth as you can go, we're going to lower our left leg all the way back down to the ground. There's no need to rush to get there, don't worry. Drawing our left leg back in. We're going to do exactly the same work but on the right leg. So extending out with the right leg, flexing into the right foot. Belly button is still drawn in, and then we're going to lift our leg up to 30 degrees. And lifting our leg up to 60. Lifting our leg up to 90. Keeping the leg straight nice and slowly. Let's lower the leg all the way back down. And drawing the leg back in. Perfect. So if that was enough for you, we can stick with that level. Our round 2, so we're extending the left leg away again. But this time, if you want, with our right arm, we can stretch the arm up and over to the floor behind. Belly button drawn in, flexing through our left foot. And then lifting our leg up to 30. We're still breathing. Lifting our leg up to 60. Lifting our leg up to 90, up to the top. Flexing through the foot, keeping the leg straight as slow as you can go. Let's lower the leg all the way back down to the ground. Drawing the leg back in, bringing that arm back over. Opposite, stretching out the right leg, flexing into the right foot, bringing your left arm up and overhead to the floor behind. Belly button is drawn in, lifting our leg up to 30 degrees. Lifting up to 60. Lifting up to the top, up to 90. Flexing through the foot, and off we go, lowering back down to the ground. Bringing the leg back in, bringing that arm back over. So if any of those were the level for you, stay there. You do not have to move any further. And if you get this round through the back, then drop back a level, that is fine. Our next level, we're going to keep the arms down by the sides. Palms faced up, palms faced down, hands in the triangle underneath the tailbone. Any option is fine. This time, what's harder than one leg, but two. So we're extending away with both legs. Flexing into the feet. We do not want to get that hollow out through the back, so our belly button is drawn in to protect the spine. And it's exactly the same, so when we're ready, flexing into the feet, we're going to lift our legs up to 30 degrees. Off we go. Engaging our Uddiyana Bandha. Our legs are as light as feathers. Lifting up to 60. Lifting up to 90, up to the top. Flexing through the feet. And when you're ready, as slow as you can go, as smooth as you can possibly make it, let's bring the legs all the way back down to the ground. Trying your hardest not to speed up anywhere on your descent. It's kind of like the countdown clock. Do-do, 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 do-do. When you reach the bottom, just bend your knees back in, shuffle around with the back, resetting your body. We have one last round to go, so if you did single legs, just do the other side this time. If you're happy with how you were last time, stay with that. This time though, when we extend our legs out, that's it, you've guessed it, we can bring both arms up and overhead to the floor behind. As long as you don't have Jessica's legs in the way. Our belly buttons are drawn in. We are strong, we are long, and we're going to lift our legs up to our 30 degrees. Still breathing. Lifting our legs up to 60. Flexing into the feet. Lifting your legs up to 90. Flexing into the feet, squeezing the legs together, they are one. And nice and slowly, let's lower all the way back down. Nice and smooth. Like a very, very slow elevator. When you reach the bottom, just bend your knees back in. Bring your arms back over. Hook your knees into your chest. Hugging the knees down. Just cross your legs at the ankles, hold a knee in each hand, and pull down, rocking forwards and backwards. Easing out the back. And then cross your legs the other way at the ankles, hugging the knees down each side of the chest. And release the legs back down. So now we're going to come into a restful pose for a few breaths. So with our legs, we're going to cross our legs at the shins. We're just going to relax the knees down. So it's just as if we were sat up cross-legs, but we've fallen over the spine. So make sure you've got enough length for your spine. Press your fingertips to your shoulders. Press your shoulders down. Grab the skin behind the neck, lengthen up towards the head, place the head back down. Arms can be out by your sides, palms facing up if that's good for you. Close your eyes and stay here, relaxing the body. If you want a little bit more length through the chest, through the body, you want to open up more through the shoulders, then we can hold on to the opposite elbow and we can bring our arms open overhead to the floor behind. Closing your eyes. Focusing on the breath, inhaling to nurture the body, exhaling, releasing anything that doesn't serve you. Allowing your breath to sound like the waves of the ocean. To relax further into your pose, breathing away any mental or physical tension, allowing your mind to be here within your body, within this present moment. If you find it hard, your mind keeps dancing away with different thoughts, just bring your awareness back to following the flow of your breath. Feeling the sensations as your breath moves in and out of your body. There's nothing else you need to worry about or focus on right now. This time is just for you. And bring your arms back over your chest. Grab your knees, bring your knees together. And hug both knees back into the chest, hugging down. Taking a little rock from one side to the other. And then from here we're going to take our legs up to the sky into a relaxing inversion, but we've still got to work our core because our legs are not resting against the wall. So we're going to bring our hands just underneath the tailbone. It's just going to help feel a little bit more secure up there, and it's also going to lift our hips up higher. It's just a bit more beneficial. So when you're ready, the hands are underneath the tailbone, we're going to take our legs straight up towards the sky. From here, while our legs are up there getting the benefits of our inversion, we're just going to flex and point through our feet, working the ankles. So flexing and pointing, flexing and pointing. And then holding still in the middle, still working through the ankles. We're just going to circle around with our feet, with the ankles, circling one way and cycling the other way around. Holding your ankles still in the middle, working on our toes now. We're just going to spread our toes as much as we can and then scrunch in, spreading the toes. Scrunching in, spreading the toes, scrunching in. And then relaxing through the toes, bending your knees, taking your hands away so you can roll yourself up to sitting. So we've got a little bit more ankle work just to get through. So we're going to just roll ourselves over. So if you want to, you can have your 2 breaks underneath the hands just to lift yourself up a little bit higher. But if you don't have them on hand, then that's fine. So our knees are together, our feet are behind, the tops of the feet are down, so our feet are not curled under. We're going to bring the hands down to the ground, however you feel more comfortable to hold is fine. So with our knees to stretch through the ankles, all we want to do is bring the knees up towards the chest. So hands are down. We're just lifting up the knees, rocking the weight back, and then easing back down. So lifting up, rocking back, and releasing back down. Lifting up, tapping back down. Lifting up, tapping back down. If you need to put the blocks underneath the hands, then you can do so. It just adds that extra bit of height. But if you're happy how you are, then that's great. Stretching out through the front of the ankles. Last time. And then holding still. So from here we're going to stretch out through the back of the ankle. So just take one foot and line the toes up with the knee. We're going to place the heel down. We want to keep the heel down, but we want to tip the weight forwards. So I like to place my hands just out to the side and then rock the weight forwards. Still pushing the heel down, just tipping the weight forwards. And you're going to feel the stretch all the way down the back of the ankle, into the back of the heel, maybe into the back of the calf as well. Just holding and still breathing. Your hands can be here, you can hook the balancing leg if you prefer. The hands can be down on the ground, wherever you want them to be. As long as you can feel the stretch in the leg. And then releasing. Let's do exactly the same but at the other side. So lining the toes up with the knee, pressing the heel down, keeping the heel down, and just rocking the weight forwards. Still pushing the heel down. Still breathing. Releasing, making your way to any comfortable seated position, lengthening out through your spine. Just have a quick roll out of your shoulders, rolling backwards, rolling forwards, and holding in the center. On your next inhale, circle your arms up towards the sky, palms meeting at the top, and exhale lower. Inhaling calm. Exhaling any doubts or worries. One more time. This time pausing when your hands meet your third eye. The highest in me honors the highest in you. Lower your fingertips towards your lips. May the words you speak always be kind and true to others, but more importantly to yourself. And lower your hands down towards your heart center, bowing your chin towards your chest, thanking your body for your health and for today's practice. And then thank you for joining me today, guys. Well done, team. I hope you enjoyed this hybrid workout with me and Jessica. Sleepy Jessica. Thanks for joining me, guys. Until next time, see you later. Stay safe.